Hello and welcome back to the Lady Sows. I'm at the allotment not for long. It's very windy up here today. I did plan on planting some broad beans that I'd sown a few weeks ago, but having remembered to take them out of the greenhouse and put them by the front door, I've walked straight past them, so I'll have to pop down another time and get them planted. But they do need to go in. They're getting to be quite big plants. But I thought I'd come down to see what damage has been done since the last storm. So I'll turn you around so that you can have a look too. Well, the main thing I noticed was that netting has blown off the cauliflowers and onions. I think I'm going to have to put this up. So I want it to be across the middle here. So I think I'm going to have to move this and use cable ties, because the trouble with string, jute string, which is what this is, it stretches when it's wet. So anyway, it's blown the cover off, so I got that to put on. Obviously, actually, to be honest, it must have been powerful, because look, there's a brick in the middle of the bed. But I did come down just before the storm and to have a look at the netting. I had bought, if I can find one, I've got one on here. I'd seen, well, I just saw one just now. These little clips, right. These, let's get them into focus. Down the plot with Jim had got some of these from Temu. I don't shop with Temu, but I got some of these with Temu, if I can get them into focus. They're netting clips made of stainless steel, and I thought these would be really good because they're stainless steel. They're not going to rust, they're not going to snap, because unlike pegs, which I often use, they get a bit brittle with the cold weather and then they break. Well, when I came down the other day, or just before the storm, to have a look at these, I won't be able to show you, I don't think, but this is the netting. The netting, I don't think you can see, but it's actually full of holes where the pegs have just gone through the netting, and it did the same with the fleece. I didn't have as many on the fleece, so there's only I think there's only one hole in the fleece, which is this. So that's not too bad. Oh, there might be another one here, look. But anyway, don't be tempted to buy them. I've now had to bring up the needle and thread so I can sew all these holes up. But if actually on this one here, I have a few on here, and you can just see there one. Well, of course, I'm a bit annoyed, to say the least, that I've got, this one isn't as bad. I think the wind prevails from this direction generally, and it can be quite strong. But what I did discover when I came down the other day is I've got a cauliflower in there. I think I might pick that. That's looking quite good. Look what those brown bits are on it. But that's actually quite a nice cauliflower. Not due till spring. I've probably got some little curd. I've got a little curd in there, if I can show you. Get it into focus. So I think I might pick that cauliflower. I'll have it this weekend for dinner. But the other thing I noticed, the garlic is doing well. The other garlic hasn't come up yet, but as I say, I don't normally see that till January. Needs a bit of weeding. But this bit here has got nothing in it. And I've just planted some cloves in cell trays at home, just from to give you a few more. And once they sort of start to show signs of germination, I'm going to plant them out. And I've pruned some of my fruit bushes. I've pruned the red currant and the black currants and that gooseberry. That gooseberry is still to be pruned. I did do a video, or I thought I'd done a video on the pruning of this, but I just forgot to switch the camera on. So I pruned the whole thing, yabbered away to myself for about a good half an hour, only to discover it was a good job nobody could see me, because I'd have thought I was losing it. So I'm not going to stop up here very long. I think I'm going to sort my netting out, and the other job I need to do as I wander up here is I need to just tidy up the sprouts. As you can see, I've got some yellow leaves. I've got some nice sprouts here. Got some really nice sprouts. So I'm going to tidy up all these yellow leaves. There are, because we've not really had any cold weather, although apparently it was 4 degrees last night, so that's the coldest night we've had for a while. The slugs are hatching. I found some little baby slugs. There might even be some under this stone. Let's have a look. Have I got any under this stone? No. But the baby slugs are hatching. They should be dormant at this time of the year. So I'm going to do my netting first, which I see is caught up amongst the gooseberry bush. And the other thing that's come out is my rhubarb. Rhubarb is supposed to be dormant at this time of the year. And this variety here, oh yes, it's these ones here. That one's decided to die off now. And this one, which I think is Timperley early, which is the earliest one to come out, has decided to come out now, and it's far too early for it. So when we get the next frost, it will knock it back again, which I'm not overly bothered about. I'm intrigued with these leeks that I've got here, which I didn't net, and they have been caught by allium leaf miner. As you can see, they're a bit distorted looking. That one there particularly is distorted, but they appear to be sort of growing out of it, if you know what I mean. So I'm just leaving them. I've got plenty of leeks. I'm just leaving them and just see what they look like come the spring. So I've still got this sort out here, which is a right mess. I have brought up another bag of recycled compost from emptying pots at home, which is going to fill in these holes and help level it off. And I've got a path to put in where those green pegs are. It's got to be put in all the way down. I'm not going to do that today, purely because it's so windy, and the cardboard that I want to put down as the base of the path will just blow everywhere. So, but yes, it's loads of weeds are still continuing to grow. It's just so muddy here now at this time of the year. I've still got my raspberries to prune. These are autumn raspberries. I often don't do them till January. I am going away in January, so I do want to get them done before I go. So I will be doing those first week of January, and because I haven't got time before Christmas. I'm actually really didn't have time to come up here today, but as I say, I wanted to see what the storm damage had done. I need to empty the buckets that have filled up with water over the last week. I mean, that's pretty full. That one's fairly full. That bucket's not too bad. So I'm going to empty all of those because we've got more rain forecast for next week. So anyway, I'm going to get on now. I'll come back to you in a bit. Now that I've got the netting up, I can show you all this hole damage. So it's really bad. And this thermocrop is expensive to buy. So I've got all these holes to repair. It looks like a Swiss cheese, it's got so many holes in it. Not so many over the other side. I've got one or two there, I've got one there, and I've got one there. I've turned the cable ties down so that the spiky bits don't rip the netting again. I may have to take it home at some point and repair it properly on my sewing machine, but this will do for now, what I'm going to do with my needle and thread. Okay, I'll come back once it's done. Well, I've patched up some of these holes. as I say, when I take it down in the spring and put netting up for the onions, I will take it home and patch it properly. I'm not going to win any competitions for darning, but never mind. It'll do. Right, now to get on with the Brussels sprouts. I'm not putting the tripod up today because it is so windy, so I'll get on and then come back. Well, this is the sprout bed. It's all tidied up now. I did a bit of weeding as well. Let me go from the other end. Yeah, so I've got some lovely sprouts. I'm actually going to pick some. I've got loads. I've got more than enough for Christmas, which is, I mean, that one there is full of sprouts, lovely sprouts. I did find, oh look, there's another one. Look at this little fella here. Oh, really sorry, mate, but you can go in there in the compost bin. Be nice and warm in there. You can chomp away to your heart's delight. I picked 3 or 4 off of this plant. You can see where it's been chewed. And you can see, where is it? You can get the camera in on it. Yeah, you can't really see it with the camera, but there's caterpillar poo in there. So hopefully I've picked them all off. I normally spray with a product called Bacillus thuringiensis, which is it's a soil-borne bacteria, which is organic. Doesn't harm anything, just makes the leaves inedible for the caterpillars, so they drop off, or as somebody said, so they starve to death. So anyway, I've put it in the compost bin. They've got plenty of leaves they can chomp on. Quite happy for them to be in there. So I'm going to pick some sprouts. What else have I got to do? I've still got to empty all my buckets. This hat is driving me nuts. That's why I don't wear hats, because they fall over my eyes. But I think, except for putting the water in the water butts, I think I'm done for the day. It's been nice to be up here because at least the sun's been out, even though it's been windy, and it's not as cold. I mean, it's not warm, but normally if we've got sun, we've had frost. I think it was cold last night, so it's the same, down to 4 degrees, but well, cold for how it has been. And but yeah, so I'm just going to empty the buckets and then call it a day, because I've got so many other jobs to do at home. So this was just a bit of a treat to get out in the sunshine and, you know, top up the old vitamin D. Not sure that it does this far north in the UK, particularly as the only bits exposed to my face. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, and hope to catch you another time. Bye for now.